Have any of you ever heard the term situational leadership? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's from a man named Ken Blanchard, and you can actually type in situational leadership in Google, and there's really interesting models that will come up. But situational leadership is about looking at the situation and the person that's in that situation and looking at their motivation level and their skill level, okay? And based on motivation and skill, you decide what you need to do to help them be successful. So let's say with a new employee, they usually are pretty motivated when they first start, right? But they don't have a lot of skill. Do you think you can just start coaching them, or do you think you need to do a little bit more like hand-holding, showing them how it's done, letting them kind of mirror what you're doing? Yes, right. So in the situation where you have low skill but high motivation, you need to show, tell, and let them observe you. They need to actually watch you doing it so that they can learn to do it. As people's skill set goes up, and usually after they're there for 6 months, their motivation comes down a little bit, right? They're like deer in the headlights, like what did I get myself into? That's where you want to act as more of a coach, right? They're starting to get the skills, you know they probably know the answers. Now you're starting to ask more questions rather than telling them what to do so that they're really learning, right? They're really starting to go, oh, I do know this answer, but I wasn't really sure I could do it, or I was a little afraid to do it myself. But now you're asking me these questions, and then you're giving me, yep, you're on the right track, you know, you're coaching me. When they move into a place where their skill set continues to go up, and their motivation, you know, maybe kind of evens out as well, you can move into more of just a supportive role, where, you know, you have these employees who, they're just coming to check with you, like, here's what I'm going to do, and you're like, great, that sounds perfect, you're on the right track. You know, you're not even having to do that much coaching because they pretty much know what to do. And then the last level is someone that is highly motivated, highly skilled, and that's where every person I've ever worked with on a team or a leader wants everybody to be there. And that's where you just let them go do it, right? You don't need to check in with them, they don't need a lot of coaching, they are just psyched, they know what they're doing, and they're really good at it. The problem is, when you try to approach employees with one way, like, I'm just going to be hands-off manager because that's how I am. Unfortunately, not all employees have the skill set for you to do that, and the motivation. They're not there yet. They're not at that end of the curve. And so you got to just kind of look at what does my employee need from me? So Michelle, when you do delegate, that's what you want to be thinking about. The first few times, you may need to show this person how it's done and then move into coaching because they're new. And now if they do know how to do it and they've done it before and this is just, they're coming back and starting to do, then maybe not. But I just wanted to make that point because it is important to look at, is this person ready to be coached, or do I need to do a little bit more like teaching and showing them what to do?